Welcome to the Radical Job Shop Show, where leaders of some of America's most vital and under-the-radar small businesses go deep and get gritty about what it takes to build a bold, profitable, and impactful shop. I'm your host, Emily Joann Wilkins, founder of Marketing Metal, the anti-agency that helps machine shops, fabricators, and custom equipment builders craft a radical brand that leaves behind a legacy. This next interviewee came through a recommendation from my dear friend, Joni Cunningham. Pete Vellenga recently left his longtime career as a sales engineer to launch his own shop, Lightspeed Solutions. And he's already had huge success, which he largely attributes to all the connections he's built over the years and his problem-solving approach. This is the Radical Job Shop Show.
Hi, Pete.
Hi, how you doing, Emily?
I'm doing great. Thanks
Good.
for joining me today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you.
My name's Pete Vellenga. Been in industry for 35 years and done a lot of things. I'm currently in the process of launching my own business that's designed to work with companies that are trying to bring products to market, help them with their DFM, design for manufacturing, prototype work, maybe beyond that do some limited production work, and also do some engineering consultation beyond that. My company is Lightspeed Solutions.
And you're in Muskegon.
I am in Muskegon, Michigan. Yep.
What made you want to start your own thing? It's not easy.
No, it isn't. It isn't easy. And every day is a new challenge when you're trying to get something off the ground. But you slowly are building momentum. You just don't realize it, but you are. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've always had a side hustle or thing that I wanted to do that was mine, that would leverage a lifetime of learning and a lifetime of hard work, trying to grab all this experience. It started organically almost with people just coming to me outside of my whatever role I was in at the time to help them with their thing, which I did for free because they're my friends, they're people I cared about. And then it came more and more. It happens still today. I'm here at the show and I'm getting texts from people that need help. Hey, I need whatever, I'm having this problem. And luckily I'm here with all the people that I can connect them with that help them. It just kind of evolved from kind of that thing. And then I just started realizing I can just do this for other people, for myself. That's not just my friends or my associates that I work with or grew up with in the industry. I can expand it into more. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Now it's a matter of trying to figure out how do I grow from there, outside my network.
Well, you're a natural networker.
I guess I am, and it happens kind of by accident.
I've had like 3 different people tell me how awesome Pete is in
Oh,
2 days.
jeez. Oh, okay. That's wonderful to hear. You like to hear that. And I've always valued my relationships with people from the very beginning. I always thought that was the most paramount thing, important thing I could do. Because I knew that these are good people that are going to help me become better down the road. If I have good partners and good associates that I can collaborate with and we help each other. I knew that I wasn't going to attempt anything until I had built a network. Me as a startup, I see a lot of other guys and gals that want to start their own thing, and they're great at what they do, and they start it, and then it doesn't go anywhere because they don't have a network. I try to tell these people, when you get this question a lot, in forums, online, Facebook, social media, what do I do? There are a lot of very smart people that are extremely capable of the thing that they're going to do, because they don't understand the business side of it, how many people you need in your corner to really go. You can't do it alone. You can't. And then they get out there and they kind of fail because they realize, I don't have anyone helping me. If you're making chips, or if you're designing, or if you're out selling, you can't do all these things at the same time. So you have to leverage the people that are in your corner. That's really, what I tell people all the time that want to start. For me, building that foundation with people was, I had to have that first.
Yeah. And it's because of your relationships that you are here and have a booth, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to Creston, Scott, and Joni. So grateful for the opportunity to be here. It's especially as a startup, every penny matters that you invest, and you have to be really smart with it. You can't make mistakes. And for them to approach me and offer me a chance to be here, it was great. I'm very thankful for Creston and Scott and Joni for that opportunity. And it goes back to the relationships, right? And building that, even though I was an employee there and I left, right? Usually that's not the greatest thing. You might have a relationship of some type, but for them to go to that level and that much and help me, help me introduce me to you, Joni helping me with marketing materials, it's just wonderful and it's humbling. It's very humbling.
What have you been working on?
It's just starting to roll, and it's the things that I want to do are happening. I have people working for me, helping me find work. I'm using my network to find work, trying to build a website, build a social media platform, talk to people like you, just get the word out. And then now it's starting to move. A month ago, if you asked me how it was going, I'd have told you a different story. That goes back to the momentum thing. It's this little thing. I'm starting to see some now, and I'm starting to get excited and have hope. But it's slow, and you have to be patient. I just went out and did it. I don't have another job right now. This is my job. And I think a lot of people never get past side hustle because they don't have the pressure of leaving that job to make them do this, right? So I feel like if someone wants to start a business, this might sound crazy, you got to go all in because it'll never grow past the side hustle if you don't. I came to that conclusion and I just did it. Like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to lean into it. I'm going to do it 100%.
Yeah, you take away that thinking that
you got to do it, right?
It's a real fire under your ass.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Yep.
You got to show up every day and
Yep.
do the work.
And you got to innovate. You got to be clever and smart and savvy and just leverage every little bit you can. Use automation, use AI, use your friends, use your network. Don't have an ego.
Yeah.
And accept the help. That's something I struggled with for a really long time. I didn't like asking for help.
Me too.
So if you can get past those things and do it, you'll be successful, I think,
Yeah. What type of projects are you doing?
Right now, the projects I'm doing are random. I'm not looking for a specific type of work, but a lot of it is like small run stuff, and it's perfect for me right now. So I can do small batches, help with the design side of things if I see flaws. We communicate with the customer. The big part of what I want to do is basically have that direct connection with people so there's not layers between me and them. I work directly with my customers so we can have very good communication. Things are faster. Things don't stop in line, or sit somewhere. They love that. They love that they have access to the engineer or the owner or the machinist, because I'm doing all that right now. And it's working really well for me.
Yeah, for that Lightspeed.
It does move the process along much faster. It eliminates walls and barriers and delays. Right now, I have 3-axis milling and I can have turning capability. I also do additive work, so 3D printing, we use the word 3D printing for everything, but I like to say additive because it's what it is. So I do both additive and subtractive. I think it's a little unique in the market. I think a lot of places are one or the other, and I'm trying to fill a niche to do both because they work together. There's synergy there. And for whatever reason, people aren't picking up on it yet. I think they will. Now I'm trying to stay on the leading edge of that, and find my spot in the market. There's people here that do it, they do it so well, I can't compete in their square. And I know that. So I'm trying to carve out my own square, and I'm going to live in that. And I think that's really important for people to do. You have to understand your market really well and where you can play in it. That hedgehog principle they talk about, where you just hunker down and you do what you do well. You don't try and do everything. I've always looked at the heart that I'm going to use that hedgehog principle and just get really good at what I do, and then no one can compete with me.
I've never heard that analogy before, but totally. It's finding that niche, finding that thing that you're really good at, and you get better and better and learn, and then you can, providing more value for that niche that you're targeting.
Yes, and that I think the niching in is important if you're small. A lot of job shops that you can talk to them. What do you do? Everything. So, and I said that at one time.
Trying to do everything, then you're doing it all miserably and failing.
Probably because the people that do that, you're doing 10 different things that 10 different companies do only that one thing, right. And they're going to beat you all day. You can't compete with them. So it's really important to pick that path early and live it.
Yeah, that's why we focus on job shops. They have a very specific need when it comes to marketing and branding themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Job shops are the lifeblood of this industry. They are the most skilled because they do a lot of things. These guys feed all those things because they get little bits of all of it. Automotive, defense, oil and gas, you name it. Before, when I worked at a company called Micron Manufacturing, I was an engineer there. We were a very good job shop. And we had like maybe 4 lanes that we stayed in and then specialized in those. So we're diverse, but not super diverse. And we were Swiss. We had a lot of Swiss machines. That's kind of what we were. And they evolved from a screw machine house. When I started there, we had a whole bunch of Brown and Sharps and Acme Gridleys. And when I left, there were not hardly any left. When we just leaned into the Swiss because we knew we had to do it. We knew we had to make that move. And that's kind of another thing companies do. I think they sit too long in a position, and then it's too late by the time they pivot out of it or change. And everyone else has kind of made that change, and they're left behind. So that paralysis analysis or fear of change really hurts a lot of companies.
You're still in the early days of your business, but what's the big vision?
There is a vision. I've worked with a lot of very good strategic people, and they always make sure you have a plan. And they don't have to be very specific, but 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, everything down the road. And that stuff works if you use it. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's just Lightspeed. I already have another iteration or branch of what I want to do called Velocity Machine. And that's going to be more of the production stuff, taking the things from Lightspeed. And if they need more, we can take them to Velocity.
Very smart to separate the two because they're not the same customer.
No, and I think I have to keep the right people in the right places, right? They can't be working over here and over there. When Velocity becomes a thing, we're not there yet. There will be people that are specialists in what that side of the business would be. That is the goal, kind of break it into some, branch it out. I don't like to commingle things. They require different talents, different equipment, different everything. If I had my way, I'd probably have them totally separate buildings, to be honest, really, to keep them separate. But again, long term, right? That's down the road.
Do you have a couple people working for you already?
More of like in a contractual way. Right now, I have people that are helping me get out the word, get to people that need my service, and because I can't do both. I can't be out there, and I can't be at the computer or at the machine. So I knew right away I had to get some partners to help me work out in the field and bring me people that would benefit from what I can help them with. So I have like a contracted people that are helping me in that way.
What's the impact that you want to have on the world?
You asked me this when we talked earlier, and I kind of struggled with it a little bit because impacts, that's a big thing. My impact, like personally, has always been trying to help. Like I do so much for so many people just because I care about them, and that's the kind of impact I have. A lot of the kids here coming by, they stop and they talk to me, and they're college engineers, and they want to know what can I do to be a better engineer down the road. And those conversations, like giving back as much as I can. I'm not here to make $1 million. I love helping my friends, people at Creston, all the people that come to my booth, the vendors that are here. They still come to me for help, and I help them. I go there with them. I go there for free. I go to their customers with them, and we talk with their customers, and we help them through problems. It's just that giving back to each other. You figured out probably now that manufacturing is a tight-knit family. Everyone knows everyone here. And I love being part of that community, and I want to keep that type of thing going. I don't want it to ever get cold or not be about family or not be about our friends in the industry, and keep that strong and donate to building that community, keeping it strong. I don't know what else I can do beyond that.
Tell me, what does it mean to show up as a leader to you? What does leadership look like to you?
I've seen a lot of leadership styles, and I've been under a lot of different type of leaders. I was just speaking to a gentleman out there that you saw me talking to, was one of my mentors when I was younger. He was a great leader. He was a firm leader, right? But fair. There's so many different styles of leaders. I want to be a quiet leader. I try to lead by example, you know. When I was an engineer, I worked with the team on the floor, side by side with them. My goal when I was a leader was to eliminate my job. That's what I would tell my team. My goal as a leader with you guys is eliminate my job. I don't need to exist anymore someday. Servant leadership. I feel like that's a leader. Making people feel like they have buy-in, that they're part of it, not just a cog in the machine. You are part of this thing with us, all of us. So my teams really like that about me. I brought them there, that I knew they had the skill. I'd let them do their job. When they need help, that's when I would support them. I'd always check on them, make sure they were good. I tried to avoid that boss moniker. Like, I'm not boss. I hated the word leader even. I'm just trying to make our team better. I think the most effective leaders stay out of the way. They don't micromanage. They believe in their team. You brought brought this person in here for a reason. Let them do it. That's how I try to do it. Some people might think it's lazy, but it's really not. I'm just the guardrails, right? And as long as everything's moving through those guardrails, stay out of the way. That's kind of my leadership style. If my people aren't happy, I'm going to talk to them. Have a conversation with you. That's not just work, right?
We're all human.
Yeah, shoot the breeze with them. What are you doing? What'd you do in the weekend? You know, be a friend. You can be a friend and be a leader at the same time. They're not going to walk on you. Kindness isn't weakness. But in our world, there are some very overly firm leaders. And I don't think they're effective. They get results for a while. Long term, they won't get them. When you need things from your team, they just do them. You shouldn't have to go or prod or push your team to do things. So that's the kind of leadership I like to. And that's the type of leader I respect.
Starting a business is hard.
Yes.
How are you keeping yourself healthy, you know, as a human?
Mentally?
Yes.
Because mostly mentally. I'm not. You can't. When you're doing this, you're held together with chewing gum and baling wire. You're just duct taping yourself together every day to where it gets easier. And I'm not going to lie, like, it's mentally grueling. There's nights you don't sleep. I got home from this. I worked here all day. I was up until 2 a.m. getting stuff done for people. That's what you got to do. There's a ton of sacrifice. You will have no 8-hour days, but it's rewarding. It is so hard, and you're not going to do well. And you have to accept you're going to have bad days, but it's going to be a good day the next day. You just got to get through the bad one. Bad times don't last forever. That saying is really true when you're trying to push through a new business. You have to just go out there a little further. Stop looking here and just look at the long road. How rewarding it's going to be when you get there. You have to have a supportive partner. If you don't have a supportive partner, you have no chance. And I do. You know, thank God. When I have bad days, she pushes me, lifts me up. So if you have that, you'll be probably even better chance of doing it. You have to be intrepid. You know, it's an interesting road, and it's way harder than I thought it was going to be. And I've run businesses for people. Anyone that has their own business, I have the utmost respect for, because you really learn what they had to do together. Even if it's a generational thing where it was grown by your father or grandfather, you still have to keep that ship going, that legacy alive. There's a lot of pressure there. I couldn't imagine taking over 100-year business that's been successful and be like, oh my goodness. So I have the utmost respect for anyone that has done it. I'm most excited about the people I'm going to meet, the new challenges, the stuff I'm going to learn that I don't know yet. I feel like I've only scratched the surface of what's to be learned out in this industry. It is insane what there is to know. I've done pattern making. I'm a Swiss. I know Swiss, mills and lathes and all this stuff. And it's still so much more beyond that I don't know, that I'm learning. The additive side of it is evolving. I'm still learning that. It's in its infancy. That's overwhelming too. You have to learn things. You have to constantly learn. You have to go out and want to grab the knowledge. If you stay in one spot too long, you're done. It's over. And unfortunately, in my world, the old guard has stayed in spot too long. You know, way too long. They haven't adopted, IoT. They haven't adopted automation. They haven't allowed the younger people to have a voice in their business, which is a massive mistake.
Yes.
And that needs to change, But I'm not even sure how I got there. There's like the old guard that's done great, and they're really good at what they do. But they have this super, ultra talented, dynamic group of people coming up. If they would just listen to them a little more and let them do their thing, they would be shocked at what they can do for their business. And the ones that are, they're killing it. They're killing it. Manufacturing is in a shifting phase right now.
Yeah.
And it's fighting itself.
Yeah.
It's interesting that I've been in this business my whole life in manufacturing, and I've never seen a thing fight against itself so hard to not change. When it came to cutting tools, like a lot of people don't want to talk about, don't talk about I want to talk about tools. I'm like, what you got? I want to try it all, because it might not work, but it might work. So you have to be open to that stuff. Software, all the new CAM packs and systems and all this stuff to make us better. Use it. Go use it. Get a sample. Get a demo. Have someone come in and spend 15 minutes with you. Use things like, Cloud and C and Toolpath and all the, SolidCam, all these things that have intelligence built into them. Go try it. Don't be scared of it. I don't know if it's fear. I don't know what it is that why these so many companies won't dive in. What do you have to lose? You just not want to deal with salespeople? Is that what you're scared of? I just don't understand. I get it why you don't, because everyone's trying to get out there and get the word out and make a living doing what they do. Maybe that's overwhelming, and maybe they're closed off to it now. I don't know. We have to embrace what's available, or we're going to get passed by countries that do, and it's already happening. We've become complacent. We have lived off this thing that we say, China's a dirty word, right? China is a dynamic manufacturing company or country right now. It is not sweatshops and sewing machines. I've seen it firsthand. It is high tech. They have all the machinery we have and then some. They have the metrology. They have the trained workforce. And they train their workforce. That's another thing. I could probably talk to you for days and days about a lot of these things where we stop training. Now we have a skills gap. Companies are like, well, what do we do? Well, it's your fault. That's on you. It's not the schools. It's not trade schools that do this. We always trained our own people within companies. And for whatever reason, it stopped. And then we have a hole. And now we're mad about it. We did it to ourselves. We're in a really critical phase in manufacturing right now. I think some people understand and other people maybe understand but don't want to look at it because it's kind of scary. Be dynamic. Be innovative. Change. Please change. Try things.
Thank you, Pete. It was so nice chatting with you.
It was very nice chatting with you too.